Okay, I am the most powerful voice on YouTube. Your brother Angelsnupnup7. We just talking casual today. I would like to speak with Caucasian people just for a few minutes. And what I would like to talk to you about, well, some of you, because many of you know your reality, but clearly there are many Caucasian or white people who live in some type of fantasy world. Let me tell you something. The United States of America, how was it created? How was it born? It was born due to rape, murder, enslavement, lies, deceit, treachery, jealousy and envy, the hatred of dark people, warmongering. That's what created the United States of America. That's how you became rich. You became rich through murder and exploitation. And ever since the creation of this nation, that's what you have done for all these hundreds of years. So you live, both white people and black folks and anybody else who come here. Why are y'all seem shocked at all the violence? Why do you seem mesmerized? Because there's always something of violence, murder, rape, and all this type of stuff, thievery, lies and deceit, always going on in America. That's what created this country. It is not America the beautiful. There's nothing that has ever been beautiful about it. It's America the violent. America the exploiter. America the rapist. America the pedophile. That's what this nation has become. That's what it is. Here you are. I have so many Caucasian people. They love to sit back and call black folks monkeys and coons and all these different names. But you live in La La Land. You don't want to take a look at yourself, because I would rather be a monkey and an ape and all those things that you call me than be in the position that you are in. Because since you so smart, since you so bright, why do you have the problems that you have? So you need to find a scapegoat. And your scapegoat is the people who you have made victim for over 400 years. The poor descendants of slaves born in America. But your time to make mockery of your victim is slowly but surely coming to an end. Because we are not going to take it no more. It's simple as that. I was just watching 60 minutes of one of these shows, one of these news programs, and some South Koreans, they just bought a whole American town. Now that's just a little bit. But see, since a lot of white Americans live in La La Land, many of the things that you think are American could not be American. America, this nation owes folks a lot of money. You are $15 trillion in debt, and it's growing every day. But you claim to have a high IQ. How did a person with such a high IQ, how did you allow yourself to get into debt $15 trillion? So you look at the Statue of Liberty, and you look at the Golden Gate Bridge, and you look at a lot of the things that you think are American. Don't be shocked, don't be surprised if China or Korea or somebody in the world owns those things. They're not going to tell you. They want to keep you in La La Land. In fact, a lot of times they do tell you, but you so off in your delusional world America the beautiful. America can do no wrong. You off into la-la land that you don't pay no attention, that your country is falling apart. Look at your roads, your bridges, your infrastructure of this nation falling apart. Your bridges collapsing. Your roads full of holes. White people are homeless on the street. Whole white families are living in cars. The children are going to school out of motel rooms. These are white people. How many white people are unemployed? Some of these white people have been unemployed for so long, they stopped looking and out here in the world struggling. While some of y'all who are comfortable, you have no idea what's going on in your own nation because you're so busy trying to degrade somebody. And your nation is falling apart. You are sick. The only thing you have to do is visit a nursing home. Look at all the white people in the nursing homes. Go to the VA hospital. Go to the regular hospital. You have diseases you can't even pronounce. You are sick. And then you even trying to be black. You fill your body up with all kinds of synthetic plastics. You stay out in the sun trying to get dark, but you claim you don't like big lips. You claim you don't like kinky hair. You claim you don't like dark skin, but you're out there killing yourself trying to look black, trying to be a dark person. You are a sick puppy. Then here you are with your high IQ. You sit around and brag. These people brag that they suck penis and they lick vagina. These are the organs that you have sex with and that you urinate and you defecate and you take your mouth and you lick these things with your high IQ. These are things that you see dogs do. In fact, really, that's where you got it from. You copying the behaviors of your best friend called the dog. You are gender confused. You don't know whether you male or female. You got to flip a coin and wonder what you are. Somebody always need a bailout. You always talk about black folks getting welfare. What was slavery? Slavery was welfare for you because you took somebody else's work and you benefit from it. Ain't that what welfare is? But see, welfare was supposed to be designed to help somebody until they get on their feet. Well, once America got on their feet, you kept going, you kept terrorizing and using these poor people, their welfare, their free labor. Nothing these descendants of slaves born in America, you can take all the generations of welfare that these black folks have gotten, don't compare to what this nation have done, the welfare this nation have got off the backs of black people. You should be shaming yourself to even begin to try to talk about anybody. You pathetic. Then your corporations, your big $1 billion businesses, they get welfare, but they put a pretty name on it. Oh, it's just getting a bailout. How many of these companies have paid back their bailout? It's welfare, just like everybody else. How many black businesses and institutions are getting a bailout? They don't get nothing. You are the greatest welfare recipient. Gender confused, sick. You are so sick, you're giving your children, if you have children, because some of these babies, white babies, are being aborted in clinics. And you know that you need every child that you can get to maintain your population. Your white women are aborting your babies. Because the original trick was to get black women to abort all their babies. And now here you are, really in need of a population increase, and the white woman is killing her child. You so smart and have such an IQ, but you're licking nasty body parts. You trillions of dollars in debt with all this you a high IQ. You are white people say they have a high IQ, but you a drunk. Always killing somebody at the wheel behind the wheels of a car. DUI and dope fiend. A white America is such a dope fiend that the Mexican people are killing each other, trying to feed the lust for drugs of white America. You are always involved in some war somewhere, but yet and still you are supposed to be so peace-loving. Where is this peace? Like I said, this nation was never born due to no peace. And it has not been peaceful since its inception. It has not been that way. You live in a fantasy world, America the beautiful, America the loving. You use Christianity to justify slavery. You use Christianity to justify all your evil against the savages, the Native American people, the savages, the black people, Africans, the savages, the Mexican people. All dark people were considered savages, and you still don't like dark people. You are a trickster. You have a high IQ, but you have to false flag black people talking. Bring your high IQ. Bring your intelligence. You don't have none. That's why you have to false flag. That's why you have to do the things that you do. Y'all fake. You fake lovers of peace. It is nothing beautiful about America. But see, the thing about it, you can change everything if you make the proper choice and accept responsibility. That's what you tell black folks. But see, you always can tell somebody else what to do, but you don't take your own advice. You got a nation of pedophiles going crazy, gender confused people. You dope up your children, ADHD, because you hype them up on all this sugar in their food and they are ADHD. And children need their mothers and fathers, but mama working. Daddy gotta work. The children are not getting any attention. They're not being taught nothing except by the public school, and the public school offers pathetic education. Just enough to get you over the hump. Barely. And it might not even do that. So the children are seeking attention, so they acting out. And you tranquilize them with these psych drugs. And some of y'all white folks are going crazy. Your mental facilities all over this country are filled up to the max. You have waiting lines, people waiting to get into mental institutions. They doped up with all these psych drugs. So don't get arrogant. Don't get all Hasidic like you got it going on, because you don't. But you can change these things by stop being so arrogant and accepting the reality of things. If you want to save this nation. But as long as you want to be arrogant, try to make mockery of somebody, that's a monkey, and that all you want to be so silly. Then watch your nation as it falls down. And what's so embarrassing is that China or Iran, nobody has to touch you. You destroy yourself. How embarrassing to go down into the annals of human history due to self-destruction when all other great nations had to be conquered by some outside foreign force. You destroy yourself. How wacky is that? Let me see you brag about that. So I'm not here to argue with you, and I don't hate you or nothing, but hey, you need to look at your reality. Stop being so silly. You're too grown. So you can save your nation and get on the case of your leadership that keep you in this self-destructive direction. Jot down your comments. This is Angelsnupnup7. This was and is the Realities Temple on Earth.
They took this nigga everything. They took his money, yo. They took his everything.
Make that ass clap. Make that ass clap. Bust it.
Take that nigga watch. Take that nigga pocket. He's pocket.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I'm the host of this particular program, known here on YouTube, Daily Motion, Vimeo, MySpace, and make sure that you friend me as Sheshor Tenobeta on Facebook. Just do a search on Facebook, Angelsnupnup7, and I am the mighty Angelsnupnup7, your brother, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. I would first, I am responding. This is a video response to a well-viewed video. And if this is the long version of my talk, I probably added a short clip from that video. I believe it was entitled Black on White Violence, something about, I guess that's the guy's name, Aaron, or maybe that's the video maker's name, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a video where you have a group of, it seems, young so-called African-American people who assault this Caucasian gentleman who seems to be drunk, and it is not a very pleasant scene to view. I understand what an assault is. In fact, I was not too long ago in the same predicament, but I was being assaulted by my own people. And so I know what it is to be assaulted, to be surrounded by those who want to do you serious harm for no reason. Before I continue, I want to make something very, very, very clear. I do not advocate this type of behavior. I do not support this type of behavior. There is no benefit. I would not suggest to our young people to act or behave in this type of manner. So I don't want you to come to me talking about I support this type of stuff, because I don't. I don't suggest, I don't support. There is no benefit. However, being the logical person that I am, I have to look beyond emotion. I have to look beyond what is presented so we can really see what is going on. I've seen videos by brothers and sisters who are well respected in this black YouTube community, and their videos showing outrage towards this activity, towards this action, they get a thumbs down. There's a reason for that. Because if you are going to become judge, then you need to take in all the facts. You don't look at the overall picture, and you don't stand with your own people. You stand with your own people first. I'm not going to never tell us to stand with wrong. And there's no doubt this action, this behavior, this activity is wrong. But we got to look at the whole picture before we begin to act like Sambos. But see, many of us, no matter how we talk about black this and black that, in our minds, we still have this thing about protecting the massa. I'm not interested in protecting the massa. I'm interested in what is just, and let us be fair. We're going to be fair to the white man in the video. We're going to be fair to those young people who probably don't even know no better. And you see this type of behavior in young people, not only black folks, but in young people all over this country. You see this type of behavior. So this makes me first raise these questions. The first question is, since we only see a part of the story, what makes this person innocent? Is he really some innocent person? Oh, I got lost. I'm just walking through the neighborhood. La 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 la. Why is this man there? Now, as an American citizen, you should have the right. Actually, as a human being, you should have the right to go anywhere on this planet, anywhere in the United States that you wish, anytime you dang well please. So he has the right to be there. But of course, y'all know that's not our reality. You just don't go anywhere. Because there are places where you belong, and there are places where you don't belong. I just recently came from a trip. I am a born American citizen. But I had to stop in an all-white town. And I went to the all-white grocery store, the all-white gas station, the all-white this and the all-white that. And the all-whites who was living there was wondering, why this all black? What are you doing in our neighborhood? What are you doing in our space? Are you just coming here to visit, get you some gas and get out of town? Why are you here? And you have a right to question those in your space. See, this is my space. You have a right to go anywhere you want to, but you do not have the right to invade somebody else's space and you become a stranger. You don't even see this type of behavior in animal packs. You can be a zebra, but if that zebra don't belong to this certain group, then you got to get the hell out of Dodge. Go anywhere you want to, but you don't invade our space. So the question arises, why is he there? Where are the other white people at? Where? That's my question. You know, you don't ask questions. You behave in an emotional manner. Where is his wife? Where is his best white friend? Or why is this man here? There are no other white people around. He's just around this gang of young so-called African Americans. How did he end up in this type of situation? Does this white man live in the neighborhood? If he lived in the neighborhood, chances are they would not have treated him like that. Oh, that's just white guy Bob. You know, he's cool. So we don't know. The number one thing, and I continue to ask these people over and over and over again. I ask them, you want to make this some kind of racial thing. Oh, they black and he's white. They just picking on him because he's a white guy. What are the racial slurs? What do you hear from these young people that make you believe they are doing this, attacking this, assaulting this man simply because, oh, he's a white guy in the wrong place, wrong time? Please direct me. Please show me where they are saying honky or cracker, this white boy, or something that makes it a race issue. See, let me tell y'all something. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad called the white man the devil. Not only do the Honorable Elijah Muhammad call the white man the devil, but this American, especially this American white man, he is called Satan all over the earth. Let me tell y'all something. Even white people call the white man the devil. Why do you think this is possible? Do you think, oh, they just doing it for no reason? Satan, Lucifer, the devil, is wicked, but he's a great liar. He's a great deceiver, and you have been deceived. Because if you cannot tell me or give me answers to these questions that I just presented to you, you have been tricked, you have been deceived, you are being used by Satan. It's as simple as that. And you have been used by Satan because in your heart, I understand your intent. Nobody with a righteous heart should want to see somebody hurt. But in America, at any club, at any kind of bar, almost anywhere, you will see this type of situation from young people. Young people are ignorant. A lot of them are. This was nothing but a group of ignorant young people. Just so happened they was black. And it just so happened that the victim was a Caucasian person. It just so happened. I heard no racial slurs or nothing of hatred. They was just tripping off this guy because we don't know why this guy is here. There's a lot of questions that you need to raise. But see, the deceiver and the liar, see, they want to make us or make black people like we are like them. And we are not. Because if this was Caucasian people, the man, and the man was black, we already know you could be a 17-year-old guy, brother, little teen person in Florida laying dead on the street. That's the result that you get when white folks decide to assault black folks. And it happens a lot, and the law protects them. In this situation, I don't know exactly what happened, but the law is not going to protect these young black people. And this guy was drunk. He probably didn't even feel the hit anyway. We don't know why he's there. Maybe he was there to buy a prostitute. Maybe he was there to buy drugs. Why is this fella here? We need to answer these questions. If you don't want to answer these questions, oh, you want to be goody two shoes. Because you want to try to score brownie points with your massa. I'm looking for justice. I'm looking for what is right. I could care less about trying to not offend somebody. Let's look at it for what it is, not for what somebody trying to paint it as. Because if you don't hear racial slurs, if you don't know why this guy's here, you have all these questions, but you just want to make it a black and white thing so that you can make excuses for Caucasian behavior. And as long as you make excuses for white folks' behavior, they will not accept responsibility and they will not make proper choices. in regards to you, because you give them a way out. Look at what y'all do. Look at what y'all do. They don't care nothing about you standing up for a white man. And this is what I don't understand. You want to speak out, which that's good. It comes from your heart. They don't need your help. They have CNN, ABC, NBC, the movies. They have all kinds of outlets to vent their rage. If white folks really thought this was something, they know what this really was. But since you have already tricked yourself into this being what it's not, they'll join the crowd with you. Going on to part 2. Y'all hold on. All right, due to technicalities beyond my control, this is part 2, but I really don't remember actually what I covered in part 1. So if I repeat myself, please bear with me. I do have a few little notes that I was going by, but anyway, just bear with me, all right? I'm just glad that you're here. But brothers and sisters, these do not need your help. They don't need your help at all. They have plenty of resources to vent their outrage. You do not see them when we hurt, when we are in pain. You do not see them running to the forefront trying to show that we sympathize with you. So, and you do not have access to these type of resources. They have access, but don't want to use them when it comes to you. But I understand your heart. I understand how you feel, but you have been tricked. You have been deceived, if not by them, but by your own heart, because you're trying to do what's right. But they have taken advantage of your good nature, your good heart. Do not allow yourself to be used to be tricked. Just because just because folks are so-called black, all black folks are different. We are not a united nation. We are not a certain united group. Everybody is doing their own thing. And those young people was doing their own thing. I'm doing my own thing. You doing your own thing. Until we become like them with leadership. And all of us going in one certain direction, then you can say black folks this and black folks that. Until then, the only leader we have are Caucasian people. The president of the United States is Barack Obama. There is nothing else. But you've jumped on the bandwagon to help them attack other folks that look like you, when their actions, even though it is rough, even though it is despicable, is nothing compared to what they have done to us in the past and done to dark people, not only black folks, but dark people in general here in America and around the earth. You help them to continue to deny responsibility for what this nation have done to dark people and make proper choices. The same thing that they always tell us. Y'all need to make proper choices and accept responsibility. Well, what about you? But when it comes to them, just leave us alone. Like they perfect. We don't do no wrong. Another question that boggles my mind. The Realitys Temple ministry has had over 50 channels terminated. Where, or do you remember anywhere in any of my videos where I punch a white guy in the face? Or speak of any violence towards anybody. But 50 channels are torn down. Why is this video still up? That's another question that should be raised. It is in violation of YouTube's terms of service, with no doubt. But see, it is allowed to be posted because it helps the lie. It helps feed racial hatred. And the video is not even racial. It's just some young people picking on a drunk. You cannot show it is not other than that. It just so happened that the drunk is a white guy and the perpetrators are young black people, so-called African American. That's all that it is. And let us say this, just for the sake of argument, which there's nothing to argue about because you continue not to answer these questions. But for the sake of argument, let us do say that this is a race crime, hate crime. Well, first of all, since the Caucasian people, they control the law, they control the media, and all this type of stuff, they can handle their own business. They don't need no Sambos. They don't need no Uncle Charlies to run around and talk about, I'm so upset. This show upset me. Oh, sir. Sir, if you hurt, I hurt. And this is coming from people who claim that they love black folks, but they don't give black people the benefit of a doubt. They automatically assume because you want to assume because you have this love, sick love for your slave massa. Or you can't stand to see a white man hit. Again, this is not to justify anything, but this has nothing to do with race. This has something to do with general ignorance, which you can see in young people, not only in black folks, but all over this country. Bullies and drunks and just plain ignorant people. That's all over this nation. But of course, the tricksters, the deceivers, want to use this to support their false agenda. And whatever they think about you, you showing them love, showing them caring and compassion is not going to change, because the racist is going to be a racist. They said, can a leopard change its spots? Can you teach an old dog new tricks? In this case, and they continue to verify, the answer is no. But you want to try, because you just love you some racist white folks. It's right here, because you still a slave. You still eat their food. You still depend on their job. You see the good. So let me help them. Let me help them continue to oppress my people. Always attack the little guy. You don't give your own the benefit of a doubt. Even when doubt is clear, you're not looking for it. You're looking to score brownie points with your slave master. But let us just say that this is, with no doubt, a hate crime. Again, Caucasians control the law. They control the media. They can handle their own business. They don't need your little tiddlywinks help or your sympathy or your compassion. If it is a hate crime, who created the hate? Who created the attitude and the environment to cause this? It started 400 years ago, and it continues. The practice, the mentality, just like the little young white girl was saying in her video. The white people of this nation have been programmed. They've been conditioned. That's why you act the way you do. You still have a slave mentality, because when your massa come under attack, there you go jumping. And they act the way they do because they've been programmed and conditioned that way for hundreds of years, and you still act like a slave. Massa, don't hit my massa in the mouth. You's a bad guy. You's a bad man. Self-righteous. It is up to the Caucasian people to solve this because they created it and they have the resources to solve it. But they don't want to solve anything because there's a benefit. Even though they catch a little hell, Negroes get upset, there's a benefit to keeping things just the way they are. And you don't understand that. What little comfort they give to the so-called Negro, the descendants of slaves in America, the little comfort that they give us is like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. You still hurt. But since you feel their pain, they don't feel yours. But since you have a slave master mentality, when the massa get to hurting, when you think massa is upset, there you go jumping. I ain't like them, massa. Toby bad. Taalik bad. Farrakhan bad. I ain't like them. I'm not like them either. I told you quite plainly, I do not advocate, suggest, or support such behavior, but I understand why it exists. You do not put, in order to kill a weed, you have to destroy the root. If you just chop off the top, the weed comes right back. This racist behavior, Caucasian people are at the root. They created it. They are at the root of our problem. But you want to continue to give them ways out so they don't have to accept responsibility and make proper choices. And they don't want to do that because they benefit. They benefit. They have white privilege. Just like the young white girl said on her video. They have white privilege. They like this. You don't understand that they really like this. They are not upset. So they want to feed you and pretend like they are on your side when they are not. They allow this video to remain, to keep feeding this madness, to distract you to other things that they're doing in government and how they are, and other things that affect your life daily. Keep the masses fed on madness. This is deception. It is not what it is. There y'all so self-righteous. You want to show the white man you are. I'm not like them, massa. You eat the white man's food. You depend on him for jobs. You name your children after the white man. Here you are, supposed to be so black. You nothing but a dark version of him. That's why you get upset just like they would when you see other blacks do something they don't like against them. You don't give your own people the benefit of a doubt. You still have a slave mentality. And I want to say this in conclusion. I just watched Mandingo. And at the end of that movie called Mandingo, the good slave master pushed Mandingo in boiling water and then took a pitchfork, wanted to make sure he was dead. And Mandingo said, I thought you was different, massa. I thought you was good. What does that tell you? And Mandingo did everything a good slave supposed to do. These people are tricksters. They are deceivers. You have to understand that. And until you understand that they are deceivers and the master tricksters, you'll continue getting tricked and you will stay in the condition that you are in. A slave. And a slave exists only to benefit his master. You don't even give your own the benefit of a doubt. And you get upset with anybody that come to the defense of other black folks. Because they ignorant. They silly. They thugs, whatever. But everybody in law deserves defense. So I will defend them. I will not justify their actions, but I'm not going to let them be talked about because of your ignorance, because you are a Sambo and you suffer from Samboism and you are the real coon. You are a slave. It don't make no sense. You make it something that's not what it is. You make it something that don't even exist. If it do, show me the evidence. Until then, y'all Sambos and you idiots, self-righteous, holier than thou folks, you really need to sit down, shut up, and listen and research before you start running your mouth. That's it, y'all. Thanks for listening. This is your brother Taalik, Ibn'rad. This is what it is. The Realitys Temple on Earth. Jot down your comments. I won't block you here. Just talk decent. Peace out, y'all. Peace. This is your brother, Angelsnupnup7. I am the mighty, mighty, mighty one. I am the most powerful voice on YouTube. I want to talk to my brothers and sisters, those of us who are descendants of slaves born in America, those of us who believe in God. And I would never, and I do not want to be accused of making mockery of those who believe in God. How would I, and why should I make mockery of those who believe in God when that's where I come from? Just like many of you, I was raised in Christian teachings, and then I was converted to Islam. So I have been in both houses, and both of these houses gave me strong foundation so that I may walk by myself. See, some of you believe in God, and some of you love these teachings, and they were good when you were crippled. See, they are to help heal that which was broken. But clearly, you have not been healed if you hold on to these things and you cannot walk by yourself. And in that, I have a problem, because you claim that your Jesus makes the blind see, make the lame walk, and all these things, but you still depend on this symbol of Jesus in order to walk. So you're still crippled after thousands of years. Humanity, under these teachings, have yet been able to walk by themselves. So it's always Jesus this, it's always Jesus that. Oh, Muhammad this, oh, Muhammad that. You still act and behave like children of God, crippled, handicapped children of God. So that brings me to what I want to talk to us about. If your God is loving, if your God is compassionate, if your God is really for you, then why would God allow the descendants of slaves born in America, why would God allow you to be a Christian? Why would God allow you to be Muslim? Why would God allow you to be Hebrew Israelite? I want to talk to me today. Christian brothers and sisters, and the rest of us. God knows that our ancestors, we were kidnapped and brought here by force over 400 years ago. We were not Christians. We were not Muslims. Well, maybe perhaps we were Muslims to a certain point, because what Muslims don't tell us, that they did not tell me when I was in the Nation of Islam, is that Caucasian Arabs forced Islam on the black population, and they were also involved in the slave trade. So if this God know these things, why would God, if he loves me, why would God want me to be a Muslim or a Christian? Knowing the history, knowing that's not what I am. This is a forced belief that was placed upon me. What kind of God do y'all worship? This is just like you taking over China. You are the conqueror. So these are little Chinese women and children that you have. Why would God tell them to embrace the ways of those who conquered their people that make them no longer Chinese? So now, since the black folks conquered China, we force our way of life on the Chinese. So now they want to rap, and now they want to do the type of things that we do as black folks. They worship our God, and our God is the white man's God, Christian, or the other form of Christianity, which is Islam. Why would God tell them that's all right? These are your enemies. You're taking on the ways of the enemy. That's not how God formed you. God formed you to be Chinese, to speak Chinese, do what Chinese do, not do what black folks do. So why are we, the descendants of slaves, why do we embrace, and why would this God allow us, and you be happy and smiling to be something that you're not? God, if God is a just God, if God is a compassionate God, merciful God, God wants you to return back to what you was, what you were. And if this God can't do that, then God gives you a brand new identity that you can be proud of, that nobody else can claim. That's the least that this God can do. So Christians can't say, well, that's our religion. We gave that to you, Negro. So the Arabs can't come to us talk about Islam. That's fake Islam. You can have your Islam, you can have your Christianity, because see, if God was merciful, just like God came to them and gave them their revelations, then how come God cannot come to us? Well, some of you are taught that God came to us in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, that God did come. But why would God give us a hand-me-down religion? Islam is not a hand-me-down religion to the Arabs. Christianity and Jesus is not a hand-me-down religion to them. They can make these claims that God came to them. Why would God see you and us, we so pitiful that we get their hand-me-downs? See, some of us who were raised in large households, we know about hand-me-down clothes. I'm in the middle, so I get Big Johnny's and Bigger Johnny's clothes. You hand those things down to me. This is done because we're poor, so we have to take advantage of our resources. God is not in that position. God, since he's the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, then God should be able to give you your own. not somebody else used product. And then, since your product is new, then just like the new car, we want the newest car, the latest clothes, whatever. People follow the latest trends. Then those religions become obsolete because God gave you something that's new. Oh, wow, man. Woo! Give you your own book. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I never met him, so I'm only quoting what I heard. But Elijah Muhammad said that we have come to the end of the Holy Bible, and we have come to the end of the Holy Quran. So why are you happy about holding on and giving all your loyalty to the Holy Bible and the Quran when they have reached their peak? They have come to the end. And some of you have decided to go back in time, fabricating some new thoughts and ideas of the past. And we look so silly trying to be ancient Egyptians or trying to be Israelites who we never met. We never met these Egyptians. We never met these Israelites. And we look foolish. We look dumb doing those things. The Hebrew Israelites, they also embrace the Bible. Why God can't give you your own? Why do we have to embrace those things of the oppressor, those who put us in this position that we are in? Either God don't really care nothing about us, or we have not reached to the point where we can grasp on to the new revelations coming from the heavens. You're not grabbing, or you cannot comprehend the new teaching, the new revelation coming from the heavens, because you are loyal to that which was given to you by your oppressors, or you decide to fabricate some stuff that you think that come from the past. But if God is a good God, and if God exists, then God wants you to return back to what you was. Or God has caused us to go through all of this trial, all this tribulation to make you new. And God needs a new people. It says in your religious teachings, behold, I make all things new. God creates a new heaven and a new earth. And the former things shall pass away. What is the former things? The former things is the Bible. You come to the end of it. The former things is the Quran, Egypt, all those things are the former things. I shall make things new, and if I'm God, and I'm going to make things new, then I need a new people that are not part of the old. And I'm telling us that it is you, but you cannot become the new while you wear the old. Think like the old. Think like your oppressor. Walk like your oppressor. You are a black version of your conqueror. Holding on to those things that should be passing away. So a new heaven and a new earth requires a new people, a new wisdom that is beyond Bible, that is beyond Quran. And I'm telling you, it's in you. The scriptures also said the kingdom of heaven is in you, and it's here, right here, if you allow the former things to pass away. That's what I represent. The passing away of former things. And to bring in the new. To open up the kingdom of heaven. Open up your mentality. Open up your mind. So you can begin to let that flow. And nothing will change until you change. But as long as you continue to have the old mentality, as long as you belong to that which should be passing away, your condition will not change. And it should not change. You might as well stay where you're at, because a real wise God is not going to allow you to be wallowing around in the mud and then going to his heaven, checking up his brand new floor. It's not going to happen. Woo! Thank you for listening, brothers and sisters. Let's talk about it. Time to change and become somebody new. This is your brother Taalik, Ibn'rad. This was and is the Realities Temple on earth. What's up, everybody? This is your brother, the Angelsnupnup7, and I just want to be casual. I just want to spend a few minutes to talk about this particular subject, and you probably know what that is by the title. I want to begin our talk by saying this. When we are born, when we are raised in a society or an environment that thrives off deception, that thrives off falsehood, that thrives off lies and deceit, whenever somebody comes up out of that and they bring truth, they bring righteous behavior to the masses, for those who are used to, like pigs, laying in the mud, laying in their own filth. When someone who is clean, when someone who brings truth in this type of environment, you are automatically seen as an enemy, because those who live in filth have learned how to enjoy their filth, and they have made stink, they have made farts, they have made funk fast seeming, or something that should be enjoyed, rather than putting soap and water on yourself, cleaning the body up. It is no shock to me that this ministry has lost over 50 channels. I could easily say, and I probably would be correct, that this Realities Temple ministry is the most false flag, the most hated words on YouTube ever. Nobody has been false flagged. Nobody has suffered the termination that this ministry has suffered. And why is this? It is because from this forum brings truth, real truth, not little bits and pieces, but the real truth, as truthful as you are going to get, as real as you're going to get. And from this pulpit, all, regardless of color, will be treated with fairness and with justice. Some of you may not see that, but you don't see it because you are used to living in your filth, living in your dirt. And these like to judge, but they don't like being judged. If you notice, this video is on comment approval. And the reason why it's on comment approval, so that I may control the pathetic writings of trolls. Because I want to make very clear, I do not fear nothing, no opinion on YouTube. I am the strongest, the most powerful voice on YouTube. And I will prove it. I will, if you want to challenge these words, then you bring it to Skype and I will debate you face to face. But as soon as you start acting silly, I'll cut it off. Because I don't have time for foolishness and nonsense. And that's why I have to use common approval. Because that's foolishness and nonsense. However, if you are civil, if you are cordial, and you bring me your opinion like you are a decent person, then we can talk. We can discuss. And that's wonderful. I love it. I have no problem with saying that I'm wrong. Because I could be. And I will tell you that. Good point. And I will change my way of thinking due to you correcting me. But I question all things. All the way down to the root. But I can stand correction because when you correct me, that makes me stronger. But there are those who come to YouTube with their opinion. I don't know what you're looking for. Maybe some type of ego stroking. You want somebody to stroke your ego. You want to feel like you're some type of celebrity. You want people to think that you're so smart. Well, if you're so smart, then when someone is bringing you civil, cordial conversation, then you block them. If you know so much, if you're so smart, if you're so intelligent, why are you blocking people if they are civil and cordial? Why is that? I'm not going to block you. Bring it to me. Right now, bring it to me. Your nonsense is on approval. I don't care about your nonsense, your foolishness. But if you are intelligent, if you claim to be so smart, bring it to me. I welcome. You don't have to agree with anything I say. I don't want to convert you to nothing, but I will not let you come in this house and you think that you're going to show me up, because it's not going to happen, because I represent real truth. This is the most powerful voice on YouTube, and I have proven I am the most powerful voice, the most dangerous voice, the most threatening voice on YouTube. That's why they terminate 50 of the Realitys Temple's channels. Because in a world of lies and deceit and ignorance and half-truths, they can't handle the truth. Now, I will tell you, now, I will admit, there are some truths I can't handle. But I know that it is best for me to accept the truth, because the truth makes you stronger. That's why I'm so strong here. And the truth of the matter, you have to think beyond the surface. You have to really go into things deeply, just like a detective at a crime scene. You have to really look at things. You can't act on emotion. So I see these videos where these people are acting on emotion. You're not really thinking. People don't like the truth. They don't like hearing truth. And this is sad. So you don't like your opinion being challenged. So in other words, you like being wrong with your goody two-shoe ass. And And all these people, they goody two shoes. I love everybody. We are the world. Make this a better place if you can. But they are afraid of another opinion. What you scared of? I see folks, and I hear this all the time, where certain people say, don't cuss on my page. Don't do this on my page. If you follow their rules, and see, some of this stuff is made up so they can have a reason to get you off their page. It's set up that way. They know they are weak. But this is YouTube. See, I come from the old school. I'm an ex-member of the Nation of Islam. I had to defend the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Not only that, but I was locked up. I had to go to court. I had to learn how to defend myself, open my mouth, present my evidence, defend myself. So, y'all not used to that kind of action. So your thinking is slow. Plus your opinion is weak to begin with. So when I went out into the public with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I went everywhere, and there was no opinion that I ever ran into, lucky me, there was no opinion that I ran into that I could not handle. When I was in court, the only reason why the prosecutor and those who hated me won was because of their position. Because they could not handle the real truth. They couldn't handle what I was bringing. So since you are weak, the only thing that you can do is block people. So really, you're doing yourself a disservice because you keep yourself in your fantasy world, your delusional world that you made for yourself. You don't want to accept your reality. I can accept my reality. I can accept being wrong. I can accept being in error. But I'm not going to let you and allow you to bring me just anything. I'm going to question everything you bring me all the way down to the root. We live in these fantasy fictional worlds. I don't know where y'all think that you live in. This is a violent society. You have been lied to. Your education is tainted. Everything about this, about you, you are black folks in this nation, you are not well. You think that you are normal. You are not normal. Running around with the white man's name, eating this European food, eating toxins, breathing toxins. You have never, the black man and woman, the descendants of slaves in America, have never been rehabilitated. Because if you was rehabilitated, then you would be right back to where you began, your ancestors began. You would be Africans again, but you're not. You are dark-skinned people with the white man's mind. And so since you are a white man, you have to protect your massa. I don't care how black power that you are or how black you're supposed to be. You either will outright protect the massa or you will hold on to the way of life that he has given you. You have no idea of how to create for yourself, how to create a culture for yourself, a language for yourself, a dress for yourself. The root of it, you are still the white man's slave. And until you come out of that mentality, you're not going to do nothing with me. Because I know that I'm dealing with a dark-skinned white man. And I am here to break us from that mental slavery with real truth, once and for all. But like I say, Y'all scaredy cats. All comments that are civil and cordial and you talking like you have a little sense, I will approve your comment. I have no problem with that. But the cowards, whether they show their face or they don't show their face, the ones who have embraced this fiction fantasy world that they live in. I don't know what they live in. They dwell in their own ignorance. They will block. But if you ever see me in the street or you find somebody in the street like me, then how you gonna block? I guess you gonna run away like the little sissy that you are. How pathetic. Then you come to YouTube with your opinion. You might as well shut up. You have nothing to say. Because when you come out here, you expect to be challenged. I step up to the challenge. There's a reason why this ministry has been terminated. Because you can't do nothing with the truth. So the best thing that you can do is try to silence the voice. But y'all, they don't need to silence your voice because you're weak. This is your Brother Taalik, Ibn'rad. Jot down your comments. This was and is the Realitys Temple on earth.